What sort of speed did you get down Bray Hill when you were on Kawasaki?
I'd say like 185.
Did you hear that? You didn't bloody sharpen up. What did he say? That would get you sharpened up a bit.
Yeah,
And you're still here.
I'm still here at the moment, yeah, and but I think it's all relative, because 150 mile on that is probably scarier. We've got much better suspension and brakes and chassis now, and better tyres. That's it's a bit different doing it on something like that.
Can somebody stop that bike over there? Thank you.
Yeah, so I've had a few similar experiences at the classic TT ride, the old 500s, but we're on modern tyres with redeveloped suspension, and the speeds that were done back in the day on the machinery they were using is incredible, really. And having experienced it myself, I feel I can appreciate a bit more what they went through and what they did, and not a lot of protective gear with a set of goggles on. It was pretty frightening.
It's what amazes me with modern GP and the TT. Mark Marquez, he came off, I think it was 26 times last year.
Yeah.
You wouldn't come off 26 times in the TT and still stood there.
No, not at all, not a chance.
You went up to see Maria Costella last week when I phoned you up, and sad story. And how is she?
Probably, I'd say, better than I expected her to be. She's in a wheelchair and mobile, moving herself around with her hands. She had broken her right arm's wrist, so that made manoeuvrability quite hard, but she's sort of got a bit more independence now in the wheelchair, and understandably a bit emotional up and down, but just tried to take the piss out of her like I normally do, to be honest, and just treat her as I used to, and which I think helped. She was sort of laughing and crying and up and down, but it's she's in one of the best places in the UK now, which is good to see, and I think she's got to just set some goals and work towards them, and it's a big journey mentally and physically for her, but she's in the right place.
When are you going up again?
I don't know yet.
Can we go up together and see her?
I'll let you know where I'm going, but I told her I'm not coming up too much, it's too far, but I'll speak to her on the phone quite regularly, so but when I'm going I'll let you know, and we can...
Give me a ring, I'd like to go up. And so I hear you bought a new property, Millyard. He's extending his garage facilities. He's bought a little house with a big garage.
Well, we haven't actually bought it yet, but it's going through the legal stuff, so... It was great putting like a little Honda between these two, but I couldn't hear that and that. I couldn't hear my engine at all. You were so loud, Sam. You were so loud.
You weren't revving enough. I was revving enough.
I should have bought my Honda 6, and that would have blinded you all out.
Yeah, well, last year you bought the Honda 6, and we ran the 4 and the 6 together, so there we go. So what do you think of the Honda lot then, young David?
It's a bit too loud for me now.
Pardon?
Hello?
Speak up.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, they're all nice. My favourite's still the 93 though.
I should have got you to ride it. What were you riding around there?
I was riding it.
You should have told me.
I'm upper
You
management.
should have told me.
I'm upper management, me. I'm not, not like you lot.
No, you didn't bring your slipper pads. That's the trouble. So anyway,
Right.
it's nice to have.
It is.
Give the bikes an airing and everybody.
Yeah, they're very nice. Very
They don't know
nice.
how fortunate they are, this lot.
Well,
They don't know how fortunate they are.
well, to be
They
honest,
hear those bikes and never hear them again.
no, that's very true. Especially these, well, and Allen's as well, really, because that's so unique, isn't it? And,
It's a pity that Kawasaki wouldn't run, but Gearling,
yeah, well,
they had that back, Michael had it back last year to try and get it run for him. They took all your bits off it. Hillier, they took all your special bits off it.
There's some rear shocks out of it, I've noticed that.
What else was special that you had on that?
Well, a funny story actually, when we first got this bike, it was quite, in the Super Sport 600 category, this in 2005 was quite groundbreaking.
That was the year you were second, was it?
Oh no, I didn't. I might have got a second in one of the races, but I definitely was. I
They were
spent.
second, they were.
No. This was early days. I think I spent most of the time in the gravel in my first year. But funny story with it, we got this bike brand new from Kawasaki UK, and there was very limited numbers. This is the RR model, and I crashed. It was Donington Park, first test of the year before the first round, the week before the first round, and everybody has done it at some point in their career in that paddock. But Craner curves, the left-hander, it really struggled keeping temperature in the left side of the tyre at Donington. Cold day, windy, and I crashed off, lost the front, and the bike went end over end, smashed itself to pieces. And I took the clocks. I couldn't wheel back. It came back in the van, but I went back on without the bike and had the clocks in my hand. And Michael asked me, he said, "How's the bike?" And I said, "It's not too bad." But I gave him the clocks, and it was a real rush then that week to try and get the parts that weren't available to fix the bike ready for the first round. But you know, I crashed there that once and never again. It's something, I think, a mistake. You know, you learn from those mistakes, and wasn't the best time of year. You know, we're up against it on budget and parts availability, but memorable.
Talking about crashes, why don't you break a shoulder and arm in the Paris Dakar? Was it a big rock you didn't see or something?
Yeah, well, there's plenty of those. Yeah, the first year I just didn't break a bone, I just get my collarbone, which I didn't know you could do, but continued on and did that day 5 and stocked up on painkillers and finished. Yeah, and then year 2 I broke my nose, and then last year I broke my just below my elbow, broke my arms, and that put me out because I finished the stage, I finished the day, and then when I got back to the paddock, the adrenaline wore off and my arm just stopped working. I literally couldn't do anything. So that decision was taken away from me. But I don't think anyone finishes the Dakar without any form of physical or mental injury.
And you're going back for more.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that, girl? Crash every time and you're going back for more. You're a glutton for punishment, Hillier.
Yeah, I do question it all myself, to be honest, but you know, I find I'm in a constant argument with me currently and my older self, wishing you know, I don't want to kind of wish I'd done something I hadn't, and especially after not finishing this year, I don't want to end my rally career or rally experience on that note. I need to go back and at the moment the desert's ahead, and I want to go back and not be disrespectful, but just finish the rally, and maybe I want to go back. I probably will want to go back again after that, but you know, at least I'll be able, if I do not go back, at least I'll be able to finish on a good note.
I quite agree, James, and through my career I'm always trying to keep going and going for the next one, because I didn't want to retire and find out that I should have done a lot more. But I did put out a Grand Prix racing to go trials riding, and because when we were racing these sort of things here, they were highly dangerous. So, and I was losing quite a few friends every weekend, so I decided Miller might be better to be an old trials rider. So I went trials riding and then came back to production racing and so forth. But quite agree, keep doing it. We don't want to be an old bro and say we should have done that.
Yeah, that's the goal, is just live hard and get stuff done. You know, there's always an excuse or a reason not to do something. I try and find a reason why I need to do it, and I've got a very understanding wife also.
That's handy. Where's the lad?
He's on the bench over there.
He was telling Dad some of the bikes in the workshop, because he was explaining to Dad what they were. Anyway, auctions. So what do you see the future, young David? Honest.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, well, it's everybody has.
He's interested too.
Well, he's just.
I know.
He's just. Okay. I won't say anything now. Auctions are changing as well. Everybody asks me, you know, what's happening with the bikes, prices, and all that sort of stuff, and we always say, well, you know, it's not really affected. That's the official line, but seriously. What I call flat tankers, which is the old style ones, which are always going to be, you know, 6, 8, 10 grand sort of thing. They'll always stay, I think, like that. But to give you examples, I mean, I do cars as well, and with Iconic now, I just came back from Silverstone yesterday. We got a 200 car sale in the wing in Silverstone, and you get an E-Type 2 years ago, it would be 100 grand, you know, 120. they are now 35 grand, 35 or 40,000 pounds. That's how much they've changed. But not only that, a Manx Norton used to be 35,000. You won't get 15 for one now. A Gold Star would be 26. They're under 10,000. So all those bikes have really dropped, you know, in value. And there's two ways, obviously, of looking at it. Number one is that if you're looking for one, you're going to get a good deal. Number one is if you've already got one, you're going to be keeping it probably or whatever. But that's reality, and that's how it is at the minute. So and then we've got Sammy here, who just, you know, he's just out of control when you take him to an auction. It's just, aren't you?
You're in charge. You look after me.
I do look after you, actually. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but anyway, that's the state of the nation. So there you go.
Right.
Anyway, what I find too is it's great to buy bikes from the museum. We brought two last week in here. You can have a look in. We bought a BMW Wehrmacht, German Second World War job. No money at all. 100%. It lived in a shed somewhere for 50 years, and somebody dragged it out and put it to the auction last weekend. And it's got the Wehrmacht stamp on the crankcase. And apparently, when the German army took stuff from the factory, they stamped them with the Wehrmacht sign on the crankcases. So that gives this real pedigree, and it's 100% as it finished or as it participated in the Second World War, and it'll join our military section. So we've had it running. The engine started quite easy after 60 years, which was quite a relief, and it's a bit of motorcycle history. I think we should know about what they did during the wars and so forth. The second bike we bought was just in here, Marini, which Agostini and a lot of the Italian Provini started a racing career on. A little sort of 175 Grand Prix bike. I love the Marinis, the styling and the flair and the low petrol tanks. And once again, the engine started quite easy, so we got the engine out. Miller's getting all ready for going off painting and sort all the forks out and the wheels out and so forth. But I love projects, and it's as you see in the door, another day in paradise. Miller's down to 6 days a week in paradise. Isn't that lucky? So there we go. I live in here. Sharon's got to put up with me. Here you go.
Anyway, listen, Sammy. I've known you a long time, right? Too long. And all joking apart, you know, I mean, I worked for Honda for 30 years, you know, as a development rider with R&D and all that sort of stuff. We've all had crashes and bashes and stuff like that. But I just want to say, while I'm here, honestly, seriously, I don't know how you keep going, because you never ever stop. You never stop, do you? You're not allowed to. And what are you now, 97 or 98? Or oh, sorry. 92. You've been 92. You've been 92 for about 3 years, haven't you? Well, listen, I think, if you don't mind me saying, we should all give you a round of applause for everything that you do, because it's an incredible job.
Okay, so thank you very much. So that's the end of the interviews, the bike firing. In about 10 minutes or so, the anniversary cake for the Honda 65th birthday will be taken up to the tent. The guys will be cutting it up, and later on you can wander up, and if you're lucky you might get a piece. Judging will be continuing until about 1 o'clock. So while you're wandering around, don't forget we've got Bell staff over on the far corner there, selling lots of lovely clothes, all their unique stuff related to motorbikes, Honda UK and the Owners Club and Dot Bike. So please do enjoy, and don't forget the museum is open till 4:30 today. Oh yes, Trials Master. Yeah, it was Sammy that got Bell staff into the trials riding because he wanted a jacket, and they called it the Trial Master, and it's how Bell staff got into the trials world, through Sammy.